Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Inspire with Fire, where we meet you at the intersection of life, faith, family, and business. I'm Krista Abbott, your host, and I'm very, very excited to be here with you today for another power-packed episode. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is success keys for life and purpose. So we know we all have a purpose, but did you know that there are some keys and some practical application of those keys that when you apply them can help accelerate and shortcut the process to get you there? Now, I don't know about you guys, but if there's a shortcut and there's some acceleration, I want to know all about it. So, the important thing to remember, though, is that success is not a final destination. I'm going to say that again. Success is not a final destination. It's a journey that's to be enjoyed. Now, y'all know I love me some road trips, especially with Mama. me and Mama, we can get in the car and we can drive across the country with no plan, and we can have the best time of our lives because we enjoy the road trip and we enjoy the journey. So in my various road trips, one of the things that I've learned is that some of the most beautiful places that our country has to offer and some of the most breathtaking scenery that I've ever seen has been found on the road between where I am and where I'm going. So the same is true in our path to success. So stay tuned today because we're going to talk about how you can recognize those moments using 3 of our success keys for life and purpose. So hang tight. We're about to make it happen and enjoy the ride today. Here we go.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me.
All right, what is going on, Inspire with Fire family? Can you guys believe that we're at episode 199 today? Say what? Somebody say what? We are almost at number 200. Wow. So I wondered if we would ever make it. It's been a journey. It's been a process for sure. But can I get a little love in the comments, a little fire love in the comments, some fire emojis for 199 episodes? Come on, y'all. That's worthy of some fire love now. Give me some fire love. Hey, speaking of the comments, if this is your first time or your first time in a long time with us, then be sure to look somewhere around this video, depending on which platform you're watching on, and click that link to give me permission to see your comments. What it does is because we're streaming to multiple platforms, when you click that link, it allows the platform that you're watching on to import your comments into my streaming software. That's all I see is your comments. It's not all your personal business, so it's safe and secure. And your comments on this particular video, not all your comments. That would be weird. but go ahead and click that link, and so that it can import those comments and I can see them and know that you're here and know that you're having a good time sending us some love. And then once you do that, then go ahead and interact in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you found us. Comment along the way. I tend to try and stay on topic so we can keep this focused and moving forward for those who are in a hurry this morning. But at the end, I always like to come and play in the comments. So we'll scroll through them and interact a little bit at the end here today. But go ahead and click that link and drop us a note. So how are you guys doing this morning? Wow. Is everybody ready for the holiday weekend? Y'all got your turkey thawing out? If you don't have it thawing out yet, I'm worried about you. Somebody say she's worried. Oh man, speaking of, I should probably text my sister and make sure she's got our turkey out. She be forgetting, y'all. She got 5 kids and she be like, turkey, what's the turkey? Oh, is Thanksgiving tomorrow? I forgot. You know what it's like with 5 kids? I don't. I got a cat. That's all I need. That's all I can handle is that little cat. But anyway, well, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And for those of you in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. I am super thankful for you guys today. Really, seriously, much love and much gratitude for being here with me today. And each and every week, I love this community. I love our vibes. I love what we've built around all of this. And we're going to soar and go higher in life together through our Come Up Higher group and community. So we have so much to be thankful for. Can I get an oh yeah in the comments? Oh yeah, we are thankful. Somebody put some turkey emojis in there. Okay, so are y'all ready today to find out some of the success keys for life and purpose? Today, I'm going to share some practical keys. I bet y'all thought I was going to do something like Thanksgiving related, like an attitude of gratitude. Y'all going to have that anyway, because we have a good time here. And there's always something to be thankful for. But I'm like, everybody talks about that kind of stuff around the holidays. So I'm going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about success because we have just a few days left in the year that we can still accomplish some goals. We can still accomplish some dreams if we apply the right principles of success. There's no need to wait until the new year to start moving forward and trying to finish up one of those goals that you had for this year. If you got something that at the beginning of the year you said, I'm going to do that this year, and you haven't done it yet, you still have time. I'm doing one of those things myself. I remember said, I'm not letting another year go by without blah, 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 blah. Whew. And y'all, this year, it has flown by. Can somebody say we hopped from January to November in like 60 seconds flat. I was like, we was like on the Daytona 500. Anyway, so we're going to talk about some of those practical keys that can help you as you walk through life and the journey toward success. But before I really get into the success keys that I want to share, of course, I want us to look at what God has to say about it. And Proverbs is one of my favorite books. Why is that? Because it's full of wisdom. And we need wisdom in life. Somebody say you got to have wisdom to win. That's another show. Dr. Clarice Fluid has that show. And I recommend you go watch it because she's a smart lady and she's one of my mentors and I love her. So you can go watch Dr. Clarice Fluid, Wisdom to Win. It's somewhere on YouTube. I can share the link with y'all later. Anyway, so that's where we're going to start out today. Boy, I'm full of something today. I'm full of some energy. I hadn't even had all my coffee yet. Let's see how much I've had. Just that much. But I got it. I'm ready. Y'all ready for me? I'm ready for you. All right, let me get my scriptures pulled up here so we can see what God has to say about success. Here we go. Let's start with Proverbs 3, verses 1 and 2. It says this, my son or daughter, for the ladies watching. Somebody say, ladies in the house, got our lipstick on. You know we do. It says, my son, do not forget my teaching. Keep my commandments in your heart. They will help you live for many years. They will bring you peace and success. So what's going to bring us peace and success? The teachings of God, the commands of God that are in our heart. And they're going to help us live a long, satisfying, peaceful, and successful life. That's what it says there in Proverbs. What else does it say? Let's hop on over to Proverbs 16, verse 3. And it says this, commit to the Lord everything you do, then he will make your plan succeed. So is our success important to God? Of course it is. Otherwise, he wouldn't have all these verses in the Bible. There's a lot more than just these two. These are just the two I picked today for time's sake. We can do a whole big study and talk for a long time about everything the Bible has to say about success. And who knows, maybe one day we'll do that. But these two Bible verses show us the wisdom of learning, and God's ways and leaning into the ways that God has to bless us in success, on the journey of success in our lives. So today I want to share with you 3 success keys to help you along your journey, and 3 success keys that I have recently embraced, one of which I have most recently embraced, and you'll figure that one out in a minute. I put it right in the middle. I sandwiched it in between. But are you ready? Somebody say, I'm ready. Give me some I'm readies in the comments. Let me see them, y'all. Who's ready for number 1? Number 1. Here we go. Number 1. Success requires seasons of being uncomfortable. I want to say that again. Success requires seasons of being uncomfortable. So no one has ever attained success without leaving their comfort zone. Somebody say comfort zone. I have a friend who likes to say a lot, comfort zone is where our dreams go to die. Somebody say ruh-roh. The comfort zone is where our dreams go to die. It's an open-ended grave like a rut, and it holds us there, captive. But there are people who are naturally gifted at things. There are people that have skills and abilities that are just naturally innate in them, and so we're prone to sometimes think that certain people have the ability to be more successful because of their natural gifts and their natural skills. But the truth is that even though they're naturally gifted at something, they still have to practice. Think of professional athletes. They may be gifted in a certain area, but if they never practiced, then they would never perfect that skill. They would never rise to the level of being a professional athlete. A lot of times, even with natural gifts and skills and talents, people start out shaky and unstable, and it's that practice that leads them to the point of excellence and being good in all that they do. So in order for us to become good at something, in order for us to become the best in our area, we have to practice. So when you first start practicing, sometimes things can be awkward and feel weird and uncomfortable. My screen just went black for a second. Can y'all still see me? I hope I'm still here. All right, I'm going to keep talking. Somebody text me if you can't see me, but I guess if you can't see me, you didn't hear me just ask you to text me, did you? Oh, well, we'll find out later. But anyway, so how uncomfortable are you willing to be in order to have what you desire? How uncomfortable are you willing to get temporarily so that you can practice and perfect those skills that you need in order for you to have your dream and to have those things that you desire in your life to be fulfilled? Think about working out and getting muscles. Before those muscles can grow, do you know that physiologically that muscle has to be torn? That's why when you work out and you get sore, that muscle is breaking apart and it's tearing so that it can then rebuild another layer. So when you see the people with the big muscles, somebody say the big muscles, that's they've torn and the muscle has rebuilt and built layer upon layer upon layer. So sometimes that tearing when you're working out, that's uncomfortable. It's sore. You go work out today and you can barely sit down tomorrow. You're like, oh God, what happened? Well, some muscles have been torn and now they're mending and healing. And so it's just one of those hurt so good moments where, yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it hurts a little bit. Yes, it feels awkward and weird in the beginning, but that's all part of the process of getting to whatever it is that you're trying to succeed. Lions. I want to talk about lions for a minute because everybody knows I love lions. I got one right back over there. You can't see it. But I love lions, but lions are leaders. They're not king of the jungle, right? They are, when you see a lion, you automatically think leader, right? They're born with an innate and a natural ability to lead. They're born with an innate and a natural ability to hunt. But did you know that a lion actually starts hunting and practicing that skill at 3 months old? Say what? Little baby lion out there, little baby Simba be trying to pounce. Y'all remember the movie The Lion King when Mufasa was had little Simba down and he was shaking his little booty and then he pounced on Zazu the bird and he was like, ah. Well, that's like reality. Like little baby lion cubs around 3 months old, that's when they start practicing their hunt. But they don't become good at hunting until they're around 2 years old. And that's when they're able to really go out and be those skilled hunters to be able to kill the whatever and bring it back to the pride for the pride to be able to eat. Now, female lions are the main hunters in a lion pride. I'm just going to leave that right there. Somebody say, come on, ladies, rise up in your leadership position. So let that sink in for a moment. But so comment below for me. Say, I am a lion. Rawr. Rawr. Success requires seasons of being uncomfortable and practicing those things that we want to be good at. Who's ready for number 2? If you love number 1, comment I am a lion or give me a lion emoji. All right, number 2. Who's ready for number 2? Here we go. Somebody say number 2, number 2, number 2 is success requires proper rest. Now, y'all ain't gonna lie, this one is the hardest one for me because I get excited about things and I want to stay up all night long. Y'all have heard me say many times over the past 198 episodes, you've heard me say many times about how I was up all night, how I did this all night, how blah, blah, blah. I pull all these all-nighters because I'm trying to get things done, right? I'm excited. I'm trying to meet deadlines, but most of those deadlines are self-imposed deadlines, okay? So often success-minded people find it hard to take moments of rest. A lot of that is because of the passion and the drive and the excitement inside of them. It's a little hard to sleep. It's a little hard to dial it down. They tend to sometimes want to be workaholics and they could just spend all their time getting done or pursuing or doing those things that they're passionate about doing and that they feel called to do. And they're so driven by this desire that's so deep in them to accomplish their goals and serve the people that they're called to serve that they sometimes push themselves and their own needs and even the natural rhythm of work and rest that life has. So if we're not careful, though, there's this sneaky mindset that can get in there that will rob us of the rest that we need and cause us to keep pushing to achieve. And there may be seasons and there may be occasions where it's necessary to push a little beyond, maybe have an all-nighter here, all-nighter there, but not to make it a habitual lifestyle, not to make it a habit, because scientifically, and I really had to take some time to understand this and research it out and even test it in my own life before I would believe it. Because I'm like, no, I'm better if I just get in and I'm up all night and I get it done, and boom, it's all good. I'll rest later, and and then there's this saying, I don't know who originally said it, but I've heard a lot of people say it, where they're like, you can sleep when you're dead. And I'm like, yeah, but if you don't sleep, you're going to get dead a lot faster. But scientifically, they have proven that in study after study after study, that when we work from a place of rest, we're actually more productive than we are when we try to keep pushing and work from a place of fatigue. Now, there have been seasons in my life where I've pushed myself, and it was not uncommon for me to work 18, 20-hour days because I was so passionate about what I was doing. And I could very easily still do that. I could still push myself, and sometimes I do, but I try not to make it a habit anymore. I used to, as recently as within the past year, there were times that I would have had 2 or 3 all-nighters to try and push through and get stuff done. But what I realized is in doing that, you actually end up not accomplishing as much as if you had just gone to bed and got some rest and woke up fresh the next morning, because you work slower, your brain fires at, a different speed. And I actually started working with a high performance coach, and who, like, part of my program was to test this principle. And I found it to be true. That when I prioritize my rest and make sure that I get the right number of hours of sleep per night, then my energy is more stable through the day. I work from a place of greater focus. I have greater efficiency. I have a more stable flow of productivity. And now this is coming from someone who used to have that lifestyle of pulling 2 to 3 all-nighters every week. I thought that was more productive, but working from a place of fatigue, I actually found that I worked slower. I had more mistakes. I required more rework than if I had just gone to bed and slept for 7 hours and got up and worked from a place of rest. So some of the most highly successful people, there's even a president I read somewhere, I forget where I read it and which president it was, but there was a president that refused to make decisions after 3 p.m. in the afternoon because they didn't feel confident in their decision-making skills when they're in a fatigued state of mind. So fatigue can magnify our frustrations, our disappointments, and our challenges, and make things feel more bigger. Can I say that? Bigger than they actually are. So I had to learn that working from a place of rest is not a waste of time, but it's an investment. It's actually an investment in yourself, and it's an investment in your dreams. So comment below. Rest is rewarding. Rest is rewarding. Because why? Because success requires proper rest. Can I get an A to the men's? Somebody, I'm going to take me a sip of coffee while y'all write in the comments. Rest is rewarding. Let me know you're with me this morning. You can even put a little sleepy emoji if you want to. Give me a sleepy emoji. I'm going to drink my coffee. Which I can be bright-eyed because I'm practicing this on a consistent basis now. And I have more of a routine set in place for rest and work, that I can experience this bright-eyed bushy-tailedness without so much coffee every morning. Y'all remember those episodes of Inspire with Fire? I'd be like, hold on, y'all, I need my coffee. Welcome to Inspire with Fire. Nah, I'll be coming out now like, hey, what's up? And I haven't even had any coffee yet. That's what rest will do for you. All right, number three. I beat the rest horse to pieces. Somebody say, that horse is dead. Let's move on. All right, number 3. Success requires you to trust the process. Somebody say, oh, Lord, here we go. Success is a process. We're continually becoming what we were created to be. And God is positioning us and developing us in the places that we are currently, so that He can get us to the place He wants us to be. I'll say that again. God is positioning us and developing us in the place that we are, so that He can get us to the place that He wants us to be. So you might not always understand the process, though, that you're walking through, but you have to remember, God has a plan. Somebody say, God has a plan in the comments. So you may not always see what he's doing. You may not always understand what he's doing, but he is doing something. And it has something to do with the vision and the plan that he has placed in your heart. So we all have visions, goals, dreams, plans that God's put in our heart. And we have to trust the process that even when it doesn't make sense, even when life and the situation that we're in doesn't make sense, even when it looks the complete opposite of what our dream is supposed to be and where we think we're supposed to be headed, even when it looks the complete opposite, God is still at work, and it is part of the process. That was pretty choppy, wasn't it? God still has a plan, and it is part of the process. Somebody say the process. I trust the process. Let's think about Joseph in the Bible, right? So Joseph, and this is in Genesis, I think it's somewhere around chapter 39, 40, 41, somewhere around that area in Genesis. The story of Joseph is there. Now, Joseph, just to summarize the story, he had a dream of being a great leader. But before he was ready for that, he had to go through a process. Somebody say he went through a process. He shared his dream with the wrong people. Now, that'll preach all by itself right there, but I'm going to just leave it on the table and let it marinate. Somebody say, let it marinate. In the South, that means let it get all the juices in it so that it tastes better, so that it tastes more better. But marinate, for those of you who don't understand my Southern accent. Marinate. But goodness, let me stop chasing squirrels, Jesus. Help me. Help me focus on Joseph, Lord. But Joseph, he shared his dreams with the wrong people. And because he shared them with the wrong people, they got a little jelly. Somebody say they was jelly. So they got so jealous, though, that they threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery. And these were his own brothers. But you know what? Even though they did that, God still favored Joseph because he was positioning Joseph for that dream that Joseph had about being a great leader, even of his family, that God could bring that dream about. So there was a process that Joseph had to go through, that he had the dream of the great leadership authority position, and he didn't have any problem telling everybody his dream. But then Joseph had to go through the process to get to that dream. And somebody say that got a little bit uncomfortable. Can you imagine having a dream that you're going to be a great leader in this great position of authority, and boom, next thing you know, you find yourself in a pit being sold into slavery, chained, and walking behind a camel going to some unknown country. You don't even know where you're going. He had success in his heart. He had success in his mind, but God had a process that he had to walk through. God was still with him all the way. God still favored him all the way. Even though he was a slave, he ended up getting purchased by this wealthy man named Potiphar. And then when Potiphar saw, because God blessed the work of Joseph's hands, everything he did, everything he touched, prospered and succeeded, Potiphar saw, oh wow, this slave he's pretty valuable here. Let me use him at a higher place. So he became head over all of Potiphar's house. Potiphar's like, I want some of that blessing on all of my household. So he put him in charge of everything, because remember, God was prospering everything he put his hand to. Then Potiphar's wife saw Joseph, and she was like, oh, he kind of cute. I want me some of that. And she tried to make a move on him. And Joseph said, no, I can't. You're my master's wife. This is not right. And he took off running. She ripped his clothes off, and then she said, rape. And then Joseph got arrested. He was falsely accused and got arrested. Now he's in prison. Oh my gosh. I bet Joseph could have started questioning God at that point. He could have said, man, I thought I was going to be head and leader in my dad's house with our tribe, so to speak. And then I got thrown into a pit, and then I became a slave, and then I was finally making some headway, and finally, being able to lead something a little bit in Potiphar's household, and now here I am in prison. What am I going to do? Has God abandoned me? Are my dreams ever going to come true? I bet he was feeling a little bit like a failure, maybe feeling like he missed his destiny. Bet he was really thinking he missed it, that he would never see those dreams come about. But Joseph kept walking through the process. He kept giving his best, even in the difficult times. And then he became a leader in the prison. The prison guards were like saying, hey, this guy, he's pretty good. Let's put him in charge of some stuff. So they put him in charge of some stuff in the prison. Then some prisoners come in that worked for Pharaoh. And then they had some dreams, and they were troubled by these dreams they kept having. They couldn't interpret them. They didn't understand them. So Joseph said, what's your dream? I can interpret them. Do not all interpretations belong to God? I got a direct line to God. I can interpret your dreams. What are they? They tell him his dreams. He interprets their dreams. Their dreams come true. One's head gets chopped off. The other goes back to working for Pharaoh. So now he's back in the palace with Pharaoh, and Joseph is like, man, those guys forgot me. They forgot me. I interpreted their dreams, and now here they are back in the palace with Pharaoh, and they forgot me, and I'm still stuck in this prison. Joseph probably could have questioned God a little bit more. How am I ever going to have my dream? Am I ever going to fulfill my destiny? Why did you give me a dream if I'm going to be stuck in prison for the rest of my life? I'm going to be a slave for the rest of my life. God, what are you doing? Then Pharaoh had a dream. And it greatly disturbed him, the Bible says. And what happened? His cupbearer remembered, hey, there was this guy in prison. When I had a dream, he interpreted it. Maybe he can interpret your dream too, Pharaoh. Oh, who is this guy? Send for him. Send for him. So Pharaoh sends for Joseph. Joseph comes. Here's Pharaoh's dream. Interprets it. It wasn't all good news. A famine was coming, and they had 7 years to prepare. 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. How do they prepare so that they survive the 7 years of famine? Well, Pharaoh decided, well, if Joseph was smart enough to know what his dream meant, then he must also be smart enough to know the plan to help them survive the 7 years. So you know what? Joseph, now you're in charge of preparing all of Egypt for the famine that's coming. You're in charge of stocking up for 7 years that we have plenty so that we have enough to survive the famine and the lack that is coming. So God gave Joseph wisdom to what? Stockpile for those preppers. Joseph was a prepper. Come on, think about it. He was the biblical version of a prepper. We laugh at preppers today. Do you think people were laughing at Joseph back in the Bible days? Think about it for a minute. God showed him that there were going to be 7 years of plenty, and then there were going to be 7 years of famine. So you better get ready right now. Somebody say, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And I'm not saying that you need to go and do that. You need to pray and ask God if you need to be a prepper. I don't know. But I'm not prophesying anything, and I'm not prophesying anything. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you the story of Joseph. But he became the governor of all of Egypt. Now he is in the position that God showed him in his dreams when he was just a boy in his father's house. He is governor of all of Egypt. And did his brothers and fathers eventually have to come and bow before him, as he saw in his dream that they made fun of him and sold him into slavery for? Who do you think you are? We're not going to bow to you. You're our little brother. I reckon they did. Somebody say when they got hungry, they came and they found they didn't know it was Joseph until later. But Joseph knew it was Joseph, and he knew it was his brothers. And Joseph stood there as governor of Egypt. And because God positioned him there in a place, he positioned him there in a place to see that dream fulfilled. Now, God gave Joseph a dream. Joseph didn't have any idea what he was going to have to walk through in order to see the fulfillment of that dream. But you know what? Joseph walked through it. Joseph walked through the process. He trusted the process, and he saw his dream come about. So sometimes God gives us a dream and a glimpse of where he's taken us so that we have something to hold on to in the process of getting there. Sometimes our dreams require a journey that equips us and prepares us for what's to come. Caring for his dad's household prepared Joseph to care for Potiphar's house. Caring for Potiphar's house prepared Joseph to take care of the prison needs. The prison positioned him for the palace. Did you hear that? The prison positioned him for the palace. What is the prison? What is your prison? It's those limitations, those limiting mindsets, those limiting beliefs that hold you back and limit you from becoming and being the very things that you are prepared, that you've been prepared for, the very things that God is preparing you for. Those new levels of authority that once we break through them, now we're ready for the palace. Now we're ready for that new level of authority. Now we're ready for that new level of success. Are you ready today to trust the process of success? Somebody say in the comments, I will trust the process of success. I will trust the process of success. All right. Y'all like that today? That's what I got. That's what I got for today. I'm going to hop on over to the comments and see what y'all been doing over here. Hey, girl, I see y'all up in the house. Hey, Tanya, good to see you this morning. There's my sister from another mister, Miss Jillian Ortega in the house. What's up? Facebook users here. I don't know who you are, but good morning. Maybe you can click that link around here. Hey, Ruth, it must be Ruthie. I see Tanya saying good morning to Ruthie. Facebook users, Ruthie giving me some fire love. I see all that fire love. I see it. I see all the fire love. Melody, what's up? Oh, let's see what we got. My sister says, proud of you for following through with your commitment when we originally talked about the power within you and what a gift you are to this world. Oh, I love you. I love you, my sister. Thank you. Thank you for all your loves and encouragements. Can you see my comments? Yes, I can see your comments. And others can. Okay, so the way this comment deal works, because I'm streaming to multiple places, well, I'm really only streaming today to the Come Up Higher group and to YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, all of you are probably watching from the same link. Sometimes I also stream to the other page, my Dr. Krista page. When I do that, it depends on where you're watching. I can see all the comments, but depending on where you're commenting, the only people that can see your comments are the people who are also watching at that location with you. So it's like we got all these little satellite locations. So the people in your same location can see your comments and I can see your comments. But so that's how that works. Hey, Lori, what's up, girl? I've been missing you. I love you. Oh, look, there's your sister giving you some loves, some little loves. Oh, Melody's getting some loves too. Everybody's getting loves this morning. Uh-oh, we got to say a little prayer for Lindsay and her family. Okay, so Father, in Jesus' name, we just send your healing word to Lindsay and her entire household in Jesus' name. God, we ask that you would give them healing and that whatever little something has tried to invade their household, we command it to go right now in Jesus' name. And we just speak health, healing, and wholeness into all of their bodies and into their home. And Lord, send some angels through, some cleaner angels, some sanitizing angels to remove all the germs and all the little critters and viruses and bugs and stuff that try and make us stay sick. We just ask for those angels to come through and just disinfect everything in Jesus' name. Some little disinfectant vibes in Jesus' name. Oh, Melody, you're drinking coffee after being off for 11 months. I bet you are wired big today. Somebody say wired big. She's wired big. Oh man. Awesome. Rawr. She said, hear me roar. Rawr. Jillian says, I'm really Leo the lion. For show. Oh. Prayers going up for Lindsay. Sleep and eat. That's right. Yeah, eat's another one. Gotta keep the eat vibes up. Gotta keep the eat vibes up. Rest is rewarding. All right. Okay. Let's see. That's all I can see. I don't know if there's more that I can't see. I got some notice down here. All right. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed today. Let's see what we got. What we got? Somebody say what we got. Y'all know I got some little slide things here. Don't forget to share this if you enjoy it. Invite a friend. If you enjoy the broadcast, then invite them over to the Come Up Higher group, and let them just send them to comeuphighergroup.com, and where they can get their invitation to join us there in the private community. It is free, but I do like for people to register so that I know who's there and so that I can communicate properly with them. Speaking of communication, some of y'all getting text messages from me each week as a reminder. I want to keep doing that to let you just to let you guys know, if you're not getting text reminders from me, because I don't have everybody's phone number, and you want to, then what you can do is send me a direct message on Facebook, a private message, and give me your phone number and let me know that you would like to get the text reminders for this, for the Inspire with Fire. We pretty much have our standard broadcast time of 8 a.m. on Wednesdays, but sometimes things happen, live and whatnot, and, we have to cancel or reschedule or, but if you want to stay in the loop and get that reminder, then just send me a private message on Facebook and I'll add you to the list, boo. I'll add you to the list. Also, please consider, if you enjoy the broadcast, making a donation. You can do a one-time gift or become a partner with reoccurring donation. All gifts are tax deductible and help us cover the expenses of the broadcast, as well as reach out and give back into the community, specifically to those widows, orphans, and those without other people to help them. Those are the people that I feel called to help and bless in this particular season. So a lot of our give back proceeds, our pay it forward, give back proceeds, go to help feed the elderly in places where they are in need. So that is one of the things we do with that. Don't forget to head over to YouTube and click that subscribe button, and do me a favor, especially those of you who are my regular fam bam here on Facebook. Help me out. Go over to YouTube, click the subscribe button, and leave some comments on some videos. We got all the comments flowing in Facebook, but I need to try and up my YouTube game a little bit, and so I want to start getting some activity over there to help those algorithms promote those videos a little more, because it's mainly been an archive up to this point, just for replays to be over there. I'm starting to try and look at ways to, grow it and make it more better to get those replays some action. And one of the things that helps get those replays some action so that other people can find them and benefit from this just like you do, is for comments, likes, subscribes, all that kind of stuff helps tell YouTube that, hey, this is important. People might want to see it. So then they start showing it around to other people. Somebody say, all right, now we're going to show it around to other people. And y'all stay tuned, because I am in the process of working on our next challenge with my co-host, surprise co-host. and we'll be making some announcements about all of that very soon here. So stay tuned for all of that. And that's it for today. I love you guys. I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy your families. Stay safe. Stay warm. Speaking of warm, it's 30 degrees in Florida this morning. Buddy was like, "Brr, it's cold outside." But he decided he didn't want to run out this morning and escape. He was like, "Oh, no, it's too cold." He put his little nose out and he was like, "Oh, back in." I was like, go ahead, run out there." He said, "No." All right, so that's it. I'm gonna throw us out with a little video, a little vibes to say goodbye here, and we will see you guys next week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We love you. God bless you, and stay safe. Bye.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet.